can't not do it because you're being told to do it. There's some sort of voice that tells you, which you can put down as being an actual thought, but it's actually a voice. And it's fucking hell.
Well, these are the forces that we're dealing with, the forces that we signed up to support.
We're sort of being told to do it.
Yeah.
And there's something in us that will not make us do anything but that. You can't do it. You kind of discount any other way of. You can't not sever that feeling, because that feeling is kind of overwhelming. So you actually end up doing it.
Yeah.
Which is what you do, kind of. But I think the problem is, for most people, is that of ego. They can't drop their. They don't want to make themselves look silly. Do you see what I'm saying? Which is what most people hide behind, what they think they are, which was in fact what they aren't. Because they're, it's that whole business of getting a career for life, and how do you know what you're going to do in your life?
Yeah.
Get a career in something, It doesn't mean you can kind of play out your life properly, because you're constricted by always going to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I could never accept that.
Right. This is kind of the matrix that I had to leave, and for then to made with this whole Catherine with the swords. I told you about the swords, no?
Yes.
This is beyond the Grail Maiden, and to then realize, getting all the keys, having Catherine in there with the swords, what has been shared there, the Star of David breaking, the Messianic seal, me talking about the coming of Christ consciousness on a global scale through music without words or song structure, and all these things that I was talking about, to have them confirmed in that way, to then once connecting with Charlie Barley, him going you are a Gnostic, and I'm like, what's Gnosticism? What's Gnostic? I don't know. Tell me. And he's like, oh, when you gain spiritual knowledge by living through these things. And then I realized, yes, I am. And then I asked, so if I wanted to describe what happened to me, the whole kind of story, would that be a Gnostic Grail Quest revelation? And he's like, yep, because you lived it all out. And now when I ask you, and that is what describes it best. If I wanted to describe all of that in 4 words, is that the best description?
Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. Yeah.
Wow. And then imagine, so then to think that the Sonic Temple of Avalon, this musical project, every recording comes with a little story, every project comes with a little story, and the Sonic Temple of Avalon is literally coming with a Gnostic Grail Quest story, video documented, witnessed by a whole community, all the details, everything, and then to bring the yurt from the Unicorn Healing Field to Ireland, the Queen's Jubilee Wood, everything that happened in that yurt. This was the first ceremony to inject the holy thorn, break it off, burn it on the lamp. And then to think that this very lamp, after all these things that went through, was lit and blessed by the Bishop of Bath and Wells. And then this clay manifested that had been in this chest for 4 years, carrying all the energies of this Grail Quest. And then to think that I'm taking the powers of this Grail story.
Because he witnessed the thing with Charles.
Yeah.
This is the guy next to him in the Abbey, wasn't it?
The same hand that was holding that clay icon was the hand that was on top of King Charles's hand making sure that it wouldn't leave the Bible.
It's like a game of chess. It's like
And
you,
then
you're
Catherine-
taking out the queen, the king virtually. It's like a checkmate thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is why I have to pay St. John's first, and then I can write the story where I talk about all these things, why this is so important. Because once I paid with that money, they cannot say anymore, oh no, we're not having you because it's too powerful. They have to obey by the rules.
Yeah.
And yeah, so then I'm taking the energies, the magic of the crown, literally from St. John's Church back to Ireland, back to the people, back to the land of scholars and saints, breaking the spell of war, breaking the spell that the crown had over them. This was black magic all along.
The crown. It's the fairy tale is the queen always arrives back at the very end of the story. Which is the
Really?
divine feminine.
Oh yeah, and this is the
In
divine.
any fairy tale, it's always like that's what happens at the very end. Just when you think it's not going to happen, then I suppose the idea of the queen returning the princess is signifying the return of the sort of divine feminine through a fairy tale allegory story sort of thing.
That way.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I should have told you earlier. But they don't call it roundabout for nothing, hey? Yeah, it's all coming round in circles again. But like, what? And what a return! I'm gonna build her church. Oh fuck, is that my